What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu martial arts movies and pop culture. Hey, Stevens, what episode is this?
This is episode 107.
107. Hey, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Super producer Stevens.
Hello.
Enrique.
We agreed to terms, so I'm back.
Son of a bitch. What kind of money did we give you?
You know, it's between me and my agent, and we keep those numbers, need to know basis. So I'm here.
Good luck. Good luck splitting that $26.
You're like, I'm here so I don't get fined. You're in that level, Enrique?
Yeah.
Enrique, if they want to leave us a message or check out all our socials, where can they do that, man?
Wow, I love that. Abarca loves when I do this because he thinks I'm so horrible at this, but he just, this is just what we do. I watched last week and he loves doing these things. He goes all out, man.
Look who's got the button, motherfucker. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Do it, Abarca.
This motherfucker. You know what, guys? If you want to send us a message, you can
check us on our link tree.
The link tree.
Shut up. I'm scrolling up. You can go to www. Hey, I will push the button, Stevens. I will push that button.
Okay.
Link tree.ee/Kung Fu Super Bros. You can see our Instagram. You can see our candid nut shots. You can see our feet pictures there. Guys, it's all around, baby.
There's one where my nuts are looking back at you over the shoulder like this. That's not gonna work. You did it already, Enrique. So shut your whore mouth.
Perfect.
That $26 just dropped to $24. And you're gonna fucking take it, Enrique. All right. All right. Enrique has shoddy internet in Richlandia, so we're just gonna have to figure out how this goes for the podcast. What's going on over there, Enrique?
I don't know. I guess we didn't pay our bill or something.
Maybe they're trying to kick you out because you're Mexican, fool. I mean, it could be one of two things, fool. I don't know. The man works in mysterious ways. If I learned anything from Black Dynamite, so just remember that. True. The man works in mysterious ways, guys. Shit, is Enrique frozen on your side too, guys, or is it just me? All right,
keep going.
All right, good thing, because I was going to ask Enrique about the fucking ride he rode this fucking past week, but shit. Hey, Abarca, what do you think about the new Toontown ride, man? What's going on with that?
Mickey's Runaway Railway is a really cute ride, man. It's based on the newer Mickey Mouse shorts, and it really and so that's why Enrique can eat not yet.
No, not yet.
And that's why
you talk this shit.
Controversy.
God.
It's a cool ride. It's a cool ride.
Okay.
If I was Enrique, I would say it's got a beautiful cinematography.
He did. We were talking about it before, and he was commenting on the size of the rooms and the beautiful colors and stuff.
He has a size queen.
So is this also like free track? Like it kind of moves up? Not. I mean, obviously it has a planned path, but it does move on its own. It's not on an actual track.
Yeah, it's a what do we call it? It's a trackless vehicle.
Okay.
It's a trackless vehicle. There's 4 trackless vehicles per kind of group. Well, technically it's a train, and then at a certain point it separates, and then you kind of see different parts of the room at the same time. Much like the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride, where the other car's doing other things. And so it's cool to see the room switch from one scene to another in like seconds, right before your eyes. Like a room will turn into something else.
That's cool. But is it slow in the sense of like you're kind of moving through each part, kind of like Rise of the Resistance? Because I don't think that's a fast ride. It kind of you have time to appreciate everything. I guess that's what I'm asking. You have time to.
You know what? I think it's Super Mario Kart fast.
But on purpose, like with a purpose.
Yeah, because you're not speeding through things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you felt like you could appreciate everything going on, even though it's a huge room.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't think that it messes with it. I see Enrique blinking.
I'm here. It's not my internet because I'm watching and have something playing the whole time, and I think it's just the damn site here. So
I have something playing in the background. It is in no way taking my bandwidth.
No, I started playing it now to make sure it's not my internet because I'm wired in. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired in. So, anyways.
So Enrique, and I'm going to completely. This is not going to make it to the end of this answer, but did you enjoy the new Toontown ride there at Disneyland?
I did. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm really liking what they're doing with the trackless stuff. It's a new look with the wide open room. I mean, you guys that Barker just mentioned. So yeah, it was really cool. I was pleasantly surprised.
And is this area basically kind of all redone also? Is it just that ride? Like, what did it take over?
There was nothing there. There was just, it was just, so right next to Roger Rabbit, right?
How dare you? That was the greatest gift shop ever made.
There was a gift shop there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Well, it's still there though, right? But
no, you have the new gift shop. It was the Left Factory or whatever. It was at the end of all the like little kid, like where you push buttons or you open the door.
Yes. Yeah.
It had like things moving on the ceiling.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Okay. So that's no longer there.
No, they have their own little gift store where you can buy Chubby the bird.
Oh. Who the hell's Chubby the bird?
He's in the ride, fucker. Like, you don't know.
I don't know. Is he a main character in the ride?
Yeah. He's a chubby bird, and he's like, hey, tweet.
tweet.
That's literally his line in the whole ride. Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. But so you enjoyed it? Didn't make you feel sick, Enrique? Didn't have that effect?
No. There's one part that I did have to close my eyes because you go into a dead end. If there's a screen in front of you, so I'm like, oh shit, they're about to do like you kind of fall. I guess I missed it because I closed my eyes just in case. But it's literally like 3 seconds. I could have totally done it. But next time, now I know, so I'll make sure to keep my eyes open next time. But no, other than that, it's just.
You're like, next time I'm gonna make it happen. You're gonna keep your eyes open.
Next time, 100%, I'm gonna be in.
That's awesome. Stevens, have you also been on this ride? What'd you think of it?
What the fudge?
You're on mute.
Stevens.
What a rookie.
Sorry, man. I do enjoy this ride. I've been on both coasts.
Whoa.
Okay.
This fancy lady.
Relax.
It's fun. I do enjoy the trackless also because it makes it, you're not just on a track following a thing, right? Like it's a train ride, but it's not really a train. And so that adds an element of fun, and like all of the room stuff is 3D, but you're following the story, and it's cute. It's fun. I do enjoy it.
Oh, it's technically not in 3D.
Well,
like you're not wearing glasses 3D. It's
yes.
There's things projected onto the scenery in multiple layers, like a cartoon would, right? And then if you're one scene you're underwater, then boom, it switches, and then you are somewhere completely different.
Like the rooms are designed with the video aspect, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's funny when it's malfunctioning because you can see the windows, like, oh, there's no media here. Yeah,
it's like a computer screen that goes black. Yeah.
And Enrique, you said that it was shutting down throughout the day, right? Like they had
because we try to do it's not part of the Genie Plus, so you have to do the separate. Pay the separate ticket for it to get the front of the line, and when we were checking throughout the day, it wasn't open; it was down.
Mm-hmm. For those not on video, I'm doing the money sign.
Was there any big differences from the East Coast version to this one? Is it pretty much the same ride, or?
Well, on the East Coast version, Mickey Mouse is dressed like Biggie. But on the West Coast version, Mickey Mouse has a bandana on his head.
Is it literally the same, right?
It's
for the most part.
The last room is switched just because I think it flows better here based on where you get off.
Oh,
but it's the same principle.
The exit point of the ride.
Now the building where it's at is totally different. In Florida, It used to be a different ride that was inside Man's Chinese Theater.
Oh,
so think of think of the Chinese Theater. You go inside and they're like, hey, you're going to watch a Mickey Mouse movie. And you're like, cool. And they take you in the theater, and then Goofy messes it up and a portal opens up and you go inside the cartoon. And so here it's a movie theater themed to Toontown. And so there's a lot of props from Mickey Mouse movies, right? Wow. Technically, because they make the movies in Toontown. And so it's a really cool theater owned by Scrooge McDuck, I think. And you go into a movie theater and they're like, all right, guys, we're going to see a Mickey Mouse movie. And same. So then it's the same as in Hollywood Studios in Florida.
That's cool. Man. So, I mean, something to check out for sure. Because, like, I don't go much, but if I go, that would be something to kind of freaking check out for sure.
It's cool. Yeah. So now they have that. They have that. They have Roger Rabbit. And then they changed up Gadget's Coaster. So now it's Chip and Dale and Gadget's Coaster. So there's just little figures on that. And then they kind of redid the character houses. So if you go to Goofy's inside has like these almost like the Ninjago ride kind of attraction where you're painting his house.
Oh, that's cool. But you're doing it with hand movements kind of a thing?
Yes.
That's cool. So there's a little more interaction in the places.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Sorry, guys. This is goddamn top-notch quality today, guys. Top-notch quality today. God damn it, bro.
I'm here, but without video, I'm going to keep my video shut down. Maybe this helps. I don't know.
Jesus fucking Christ. My thing's plugged in, but it says, I don't give a shit, bro. I'm going to turn off on you. Yeah, it's going to be fucking quality, guys. I can tell. We're going to be good, right? Enrique's going to be black, so am I. So it's just going to be, all right, guys, whatever. God damn. It's 107 episodes and we fucking figured it out, guys. Like,
First of all, what's this we thing, buddy? Look at this. Beautiful HD. Actually, 4K quality that I'm downsizing.
Damn, bro. It's like 8K when you get the downsizing shit or whatever. Big shout out. This was super cool. I was watching Real Sports was on HBO and they had this whole thing about using
not fake sports like badminton.
No. Well, they had a whole thing on pickleball the other day that was annoying and how loud it is. It was actually kind of funny. It was about people hate fucking pickleball that live around pickleball courts because they're like, you shut the fuck up with your pickleball, bro. So it's this whole thing about pickleball's ruining neighborhoods. But no, it was on the use of professional athletes as stunt people in films. And there's like these two sisters that were both gymnasts at UCLA. They've basically done all the stunts for like all the Marvel movies. They're basically doing Black Widow stunts. They were the girls that did all the stunts in the Fast and the Furious movies. When Ronda Rousey was fighting not Michelle Rodriguez. What's her name? What's the lady's name? Letty. Enrique, help me out here if you're there.
That's Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh, is Michelle Rodriguez? Oh, my bad. Michelle Rodriguez and how they basically did all the stunts in that, any of the falling, the throwing, going through windows. But they had our boy Scott Adkins was in it because he was a professional, like he was a legit martial artist. And it was cool. He talked about learning martial arts because he was robbed as a little kid. And that he was just kind of an asshole. So it's kind of like what happened in the movie, which I thought was kind of cool. So he was kind of an asshole. So he was like, oh, that's cool. I've never been robbed before. And then they beat the shit out of him. And he felt bad that he didn't fight back. So he learned karate. Was it karate or kung fu? No, it was karate. Learned karate and then started getting into MMA. So learned jiu-jitsu, wrestling, learned everything. And then like kind of like right before he starts really getting serious about the fighting, he figured out like, dude, I don't really want to get hit. And he was like, let me get into stunts. And he got into that and started there. And it showed Undisputed, where he plays that character. It showed a few of his different movies. And it was just really, really cool. And he was showing the guy how you can, by the placement of cameras, right, you don't have to really get hit. And you just have to make it look like you get hit and all that. So it was a cool little thing. But I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. We just did a movie on this guy. And now he's, he was talking about that. And he is like a son of a bitch because they're like, why do you like doing it? He's all, because I look good. He goes, I'm pretty fucking good at this. And he goes, and I like seeing myself. He goes, well, that's why I do it, because I like seeing myself. So I thought it was awesome. It was really, really cool. But yeah, those sisters, like, yeah, they were kind of like after UCLA and they were like good gymnasts, but maybe, I don't know, I should maybe they weren't Olympic level gymnasts, but they were good. There's no real like, now I'm going to go to the professional, this league. So it's kind of like, what do I do now? And they both got into freaking the stunt stuff. And it was like that, and a professional driver who does all the driving scenes and stuff like that. And again, Fast and the Furious is where he's big. So it was just a lot of things like that I thought was kind of dope. But yeah, my boy getting a little bit of love, man. So that's really, really cool. Hold on. We got a message from the internet from Enrique. He says the site doesn't like him, and he's fucking done. That's what he said. So he is done. So that's what it is right there. I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. 108. We'll figure it out by 108, guys. 107 was a little bit of a mishap, but 108 we'll figure it out. And, yes, Stevens, you sounds like it seems like you want to say something. Did you? What's going on?
Oh, I was just gonna suggest that we at the trailer break, we can figure something out.
Try to get him back on.
Yeah.
See if we can maybe do something for sure. But okay, question for you guys. We're all in our 40s still.
Whoa, buddy.
We're all in our 40s still.
We are.
Listen,
Right?
First of all, unlike you, I embrace it with as much light in my life. You're hiding your age from the shadows like fucking Gollum.
I'm like a vampire, bro. I'm trying to vampire this bitch. But no. So, question. What is the thing that and Stevens and I were kind of having a conversation about this today. What is the thing that scares you the most health-wise? What's the thing that when you go to the doctor, you're like, fuck, I hope I don't. I know.
Stevens told you that she's going to fall down?
No, that is one of yours, right, Stevens?
Well, like collapsing in the shower, but that's not a medical thing. That's just sudden death. Like, that's my biggest fear.
Why would you be scared of that?
I don't know. I guess like it's death. It's the end of things, and that's not necessarily like the graceful way to go out. But you're like a fucking raisin when they show up and shit. Well, yeah, what happened here? The fear of falling in the shower and stuff, but medically,
what's a graceful way to die?
In your sleep?
In your sleep, or
you're like, hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Catch you in the flip flop.
Yep.
Don't you still shit yourself?
Well, whatever. If that's what happens to us, then that's what happens to us. But I'm laying in bed and I'm look restful and I just don't wake up.
You son of a biscuit! All right, I want to believe that Tina Turner just fell asleep and then she wrote "Simply the Best." That's it.
And that's it.
Not that it was like blah.
The Italian has told me numerous times that you will shit yourself when you die. That is a guarantee, bro. That's what he's saying.
He also believes that dogs can't look up. So, like, what do you want?
I'm just telling you, that's what he told me. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he believes or whatever. But okay, so but medically, what is it for you, Stevens?
Probably cancer. I've witnessed it. I've seen people go through it. I've seen people beat it. So it's not unbeatable, but takes such a toll on your body and it's hard. So like that,
What kind of cancer specifically, Obarka, do you think she's afraid of?
Oh, I think she would hate to have ass cancer.
Of course I would. Who would enjoy that? No one would.
What about you, Obarka?
That they told me like something terminal, or just I don't want to hear.
I don't want to deal with that. Or when you're dealing with shit, I mean, like that you're like, fuck, man, I got the sugars or the shakes or whatever.
Listen, my nurse practitioner already. I'm not.
He's not even
with the. So someone tried to justify it yesterday. He's like, you know what? But nurse practitioners can prescribe things. I'm like, so can shitty doctors. Like,
yeah, like that's facts. Yeah. So is there one that they talk to you about that you're like, man, this is some bullshit?
Oh, you know what? Pancreatic cancer, because like that, there is no coming back from that.
Oh, man, you guys are big, dude. I'm just worried about fucking the diabetes, bro.
Well, diabetes you can get out of control. Right? If my body's not producing insulin, I can get a little pump. Shout out to all my type 2 diabetes people, and you get your little pump and it'll regulate for you. And then I'm more man than I'm more machine than man then.
Go ahead, Steve.
I don't want those things either, but like John says, right? It's something that at least you can deal with.
You know what? Something happens and it's something like a traumatic brain injury. And then I'm not even you get that bloated kind of like, you know what? I really shouldn't make the face. Sorry, people on the internet. No, but it's like there's like something literally happens to your body where you no longer have kind of control over some things. And so, you know, I'm
for me, the big one like that, it would be, and the one that scares me because I've seen that shit. It's been like Alzheimer's and dementia. That shit's terrifying, right? Because like seeing people that have gone through that, that's fucking scary as hell. But like, I think I guess what I'm saying with the sugars is that like, it's like, I feel like that's step one into like 85 other things that are going to end up happening. And that's just where it's going to begin for me. It's going to be with that. And then it's going to be this. And then it's going to be that. And bro, like, I feel like I go at least 4 times a week to pick up my dad's medicine at Walmart. And I'm like, hey, bastards, y'all can hold it and just bring it to me by the end of the week. Like, we can have a plan here where I don't have to come so many times.
Get a one trip pickup.
Yeah, now it might be too much like medicine for me to actually have it once. Maybe there's some kind of drug thing where like, sir, we can't give you these 13 pills at one time because you will not become a drug trafficker. And that's what we don't want you to be. No. But it's just one of those things where it's like, that's a lot, bro. I mean, does your grandpa, Barca, take a crap ton of stuff?
My grandparents take so many medications. It's like, this is for this and this is for that. And then like I try to help my grandma. They're like, we have to cut these, and she's like, no, I gotta cut them a certain way. And then she's got like a crazy knife, and she's like, no, I'm gonna cut it. Like, I can get you the little clicky thing. Like, no, grandma, no.
The day things, and they
they have that. They love that.
They like it though?
Because they got there's the morning ones and there's the afternoon ones.
Yeah, it's like this big and shit. It's like a half full of men. Yeah, dude.
And then she's got the travel. Yeah, she's got travel ones that are like these little stainless steel cylinders, and she's like, okay, time. 4 o'clock. All right.
I try to get one of those for my dad, but he swears he remembers them all. I'm like, I think my dad takes 75% of his medications. Never at the right time either. Like, he's just fucking guessing at one point, bro. I'm like,
have you seen these little?
Oh shit! I gotta take that.
It's like it almost looks like a coffee maker that you put in all your pills, and then you have to program it like. And so it'll dispense it's like 1 o'clock. It'll dispense your medication. It's like, okay, good to go. Boom.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. There's no. I bought my dad a fucking Keurig, bro, and he barely fucking uses that shit. Every time I come home, he's like, "It doesn't work." I'm don't look, and I fucking put the thing in there.
Put the water in there.
And I just fucking, I'm like, all right. He's like, I swear to God, I tried. I'm like, did you, Dad? Did you fucking try?
That's great, Dad. I'm gonna make myself a copy. You want one?
You want me to get him a robot that gives him his pills? Fuck that. He won't do that shit. He was arguing with me the other day because he was like, he thinks that paying like $40 for his home phone is too much. Like, I don't use it.
Oh, these bills. Oh my God. They're
like you can, I get you don't use it. You have more than enough money to pay $40 for your phone bill. And in case your cell phone or whatever, you can use it. I don't pick it up because they fucking call for stupid shit. Like, it's just, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I know that, but I need to get a hold of you sometimes, and you don't have your cell phone around you. Nah, fuck that. Oh my God. So your grandpa's the same way about his bills?
Yes, I gotta. Hey, well, because they're the same age, right? And so they're like, hey, was your light bill more this month? I was like, yeah, Grandpa, they had this thing and they're going to send a credit next month. And so the bill's going to go lower, but then don't get excited because it's going to go up back because it's almost summertime.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that bill went up twice as much. I was like, yeah, because it's almost summertime.
Does he ever want you to call people?
Oh, yeah. Hey, can you call these people and make sure that so I can get a better bill? Hey, your grandpa's already on the retirement person's plan.
Yes.
Like at this point, he's just paying taxes on the phone.
Yeah. I got to let you guys know that my light's going to be changing throughout because I just turned a big ass TV. You see, it did it. I just turned a big ass TV behind me to see if it helps. So it was fucking working for a split second. But my dad, the last time the light bill went up because, again, all the changes and the fucking light. We're in California, guys, so I'm gonna complain about this shit. But our fucking electricity bill, holy shit, bro. Like, it's ridiculous right now. But my dad wanted me to call him, ask him why. And I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? What am I gonna ask him? Like, why is my dad's bill so high?
Why?
I'm sitting there. Oh no, the worst is where I have to call I gotta call some sort of medical thing. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, hi, we need to talk to the person to authorize so they can authorize. I'm like, yeah, put someone in Spanish. Yeah, and then they're like, and then they my grandpa can't hear, so he's like, what? Yes. Okay. So what's the problem? I'm like, well, hey, my grandpa's trying to make a thing, and he's blah 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 blah. He's like, oh, okay. No, he shows me. I have to look at. He saves all his mail for me, like any junk mail, bank statement. So I'm like, all right, well, this is a bank statement, but we have a system, and I'm like, all right, this one is for income tax. Put it in that envelope that is only income tax things, and he brings the envelope, and it's stuff full of other stuff. I'm like, what do we need coupons for? This is taxes. He's all, okay, hold on. So then he gives a plastic bag and he's got all the stuff in the plastic bag. And he's like, I'm like, that's the tax stuff. Switch it.
Oh, that's awesome. But so recently, this shit blew my fucking mind. So my dad does the same exact thing. Like, it'll be a stack of mail, depending how long it's been since I went over there. And I went over there just yesterday, and he had a little fat stack, whatever. Half of it's just bullshit, right? Or his Medicare statements, summary statements. Oh,
the one that, like, why? ¿Por qué tengo que pagar eso? This is not a bill. This is what they charged. It's not a bill.
And like, you don't pay this. It's what they've actually paid for you. And let's go through it and let's make sure. Yeah. So we're doing that. But we get to the point where it's bills that are for my mom's stuff. And I've been calling these places and been like, hey guys, what do I need to show you? We're not going to pay this goddamn bill because she's no longer here. You're not getting one red cent from this fucking bill. So most places are like, hey man, email here, just take a picture of the certificate and email here, whatever. So I'm putting them out there, motherfuckers, Asperia Air. And might I add, they came to pick up all this equipment one time and my dad wasn't there and they just left us a door hanger. They've never called us again, or they've never sent another letter saying, hey, we need to pick up our stuff. We called them and we're like, hey bro, you want to come and pick up your shit? My dad's going to be here this day from this time. And we worked it out. They picked up everything. So they're sending me a bill for $32. So of course my dad's like, you're sure I don't have to pay? I'm like, Dad, you don't have to pay shit, bro. Like, no, don't worry about it. So I call the number, it's 1-800. And it automatically like takes me out of the US. Like, it tells me like, you're not in the US anymore, fool. Just be ready. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So pick up the phone, blah, blah, blah. They start talking to me. And I'm like, cool. Well, here's the situation, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, when did it happen? And I give them the date. And they're like, oh, well, we provided the service before she passed. So how are you going to pay those $32? And I'm like, bitch, I ain't going to pay those $32. What you going to do about it? I was like,
send her to collections.
That's what I told her. And she's like, well, in 9 months, bitch, don't wait 9 months. Send her now. Like, send her to collections. Try to get this money. Motherfucker, you ain't getting shit. And I was like, I told her, I go, look, stop. I know you're reading off of a script. Just stop. I'm telling you right now, bro, I'm not paying you $32. I just finished talking to freaking a place and got $1,000. They didn't even blink. They were like, sir, don't you worry about it. You don't even have to send me shit. I believe you. That's gone. Like, that going, you hounded me for $32? I was like, she goes, you have to send a legal notice that says nobody is part of her estate and it's gonna, bitch. I was like, it would cost me more than, guess what? $32 to make that happen. I'm not gonna fucking do it. You can kiss my ass. I was so frustrated. I always try to tell myself that these people, it's not their fault. I mean, they're just doing a job. They're reading off of the paper. They're just trying to figure it out. But I was like, damn, man, there should be something on the script when if they tell you this, go to send us a picture of a whatever, blah, blah, blah. No, but they were like, nah, so we provided the service beforehand. I know you did, bitch. How would you provide it after? Like, I don't know, like, how do you provide air services after somebody dies? Like, all this, yeah, it was pretty funny for $32. I might again. Xperia Air, not a sponsor for the Temple Pro podcast. We never will. But I'm just
They're like we have nothing but time. We'll catch up to you again, mister.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, don't wait 9 months. Don't wait. Just go now. Like, we're already at 7, I think, or 8. Like, let's just go for it right now. That shit was funny, man. I was like, for $32 fucking dollars, bro. That's why, as much as people can hate, every time I've called Apple, I know she tried to take over your job, Stevens. It has been awesome because I feel like one time I talked to somebody from Bakersfield. Like, he's like, wait, man, where are you at? I was like, Bakersfield, where are you? He's all, me too. I was like, I almost made a friend. Like, it was like, he was helpful as fuck. And he just helped me out that day. So I was like, I appreciate it. I was like, thanks, man. That's really, really cool. But no, it was really awesome. I mean, that shit made me laugh at the end. And my dad was like, wait, what happened? Because he's hearing all of this in English, of course. And I was like, they wanted me. He's like, you sure, man? Oh, we don't have to pay the $32. Like, are you sure? I'm like, no, you're not paying money for this. Don't worry about it, Dad. It's fucking hilarious, dude. And it's funny because we were talking about this, Abarca. I only know this because of my wife, but I thought that like until like recently that if somebody passes, it just automatically becomes, yo, right, that's my mom, that's my dad. But it's how can the like that just seems wrong. Like, how can they like my wife said she had to fucking do so much shit to get her dad's money out of the bank when he passed. That shit makes no sense to me. Like, you know, like it's one of those things that I never thought of till, but whatever. Like, have you guys ever had experiences where you had to like somebody in your family had a battle for their own shit, basically?
A family member died recently, and it was more the widow didn't know what to do.
Oh,
and so like how do I like what do I do? Who am I going to call? And so also be wary of who you ask help from. That's where my story is going to die. Just end it right there. That's it. Be wary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just because I know you doesn't mean that I know you or have your best interest.
And I don't know if this is a Latino thing, Stevens, but like with fucking my family, it's always this like the lady down the street. Welcome back, Enrique. The lady down the street. The lady at the store. The guy that is the cousin of the person, like they get all this information off of this fucking random ass people and they take it as word. And then you're like, no, like I actually looked into this. This is not right, but they don't believe you. Yeah.
No, believe you. The crazy part, like it's an affiliated story, if you will. I had to once sit in a meeting where someone told me, hey, this person is no longer taking their medication, whatever that they need prescribed, because a woman I know told me that people can get addicted. And you're like, ma'am, these aren't mood stabilizers. These are so someone won't have seizures and possibly die.
They're like, you kind of hope they do get addicted to it. I mean, they take it when they're supposed to. Like, right. Come on, man. Wow, dude.
That's a frustrating thing.
Is that a thing for you, Stevens? Do you guys go through this? The neighborhood person said so and so, not the doctor.
I think like I haven't seen it up close and personal because sadly my mom's gone already, right? Like just younger than older, I guess. But just watching other people and stuff, I don't necessarily think it's cultural, although maybe some of it is. I just think it's an older people thing, right? Because that's your community. Your community are the people you talk to and the people you get information from. Right?
The people in your neighborhood?
People in the neighborhood.
You know what's
in your neighborhood?
All my mom did was talk shit about these people when I was here, when she was around anyway.
But they have info, right? Like, that's the thing. So I don't know. I guess it's something that maybe we do as we get older. It's who we talk to and where you source your info. But maybe that will change now that like we are very tech proficient, right? Whereas our parents are not as tech efficient as we are. So as we age, maybe that will change because maybe we'll go to the internet for more information. I don't know.
Oh shit, man!
Right.
But I don't know. I look at some of my students that I work with; they believe the dumbest shit because they read it on the internet.
This is true.
Right?
All right,
Like,
hey, let me pause you there. Hey, Enrique, what we're gonna do is when we do the break, we're all gonna log off and then log back in, so we have a kind of new session going on.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes. So students read things, or now we'll hear something or see a video and not understand that's been altered in some sort of way. It's been computer generated, and so they saw it. They saw it, so like it's got to be true, right, Mister? I'm like, no, dude. Michael Jackson never saw the Super Mario Brothers movie and sang Peaches. But Mister,
it was, but it was really, really cool having that conversation with the kiddos about the AI music or whatever, and you kind of being able to like talk to them about it because, man, that's wild. Have you heard any of this, Enrique? Like the Biggie and Pac doing "Many Men" by 50 Cent and like hearing the AI music. It's kind of wild, man. After like check it out after, man. It sounds like them. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it doesn't, but it's just I don't know. It's just scary and weird to me. Because at what point do you no longer need certain people once you have enough of their voice? Because that's what it is, right, Abarca? They have to have just said enough and have recorded to where you can create whatever.
And we've seen news stories that's already happening. However, today's meeting that I had this morning was all about kind of how the school year went and how we can make next year better. And we were talking about Chat GPT and other AI services that are out there, and we want to use it in one of our classes to help students parse through first-person documents, in especially in a government class. Okay. And so quickly, we asked it to rewrite the 14th Amendment and make it more empathetic and make it more concise. And it in second, like instantaneously, it had already rewrote things for me.
Wow.
And then I asked it to write me a bill about Affordable Care Act, and boom, it had something ready to go.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and so it really is. So what now we educators have to deal with is not necessarily the cheating part, because kids will always cheat. Doesn't matter how. It's teaching the student, how can I use this technology to get me started on a writing that I want to do? And what we were talking about this week with other high school students is that AI generated images, music, and other things lack soul. And without the human element, you'll get something that's very a close approximation to what you want, but it doesn't have the nuance that you want to have. The Michael Jackson Peaches song we heard sounds like Michael Jackson, but it doesn't have the little ticks, the quirks that makes Michael, at least not yet.
Yeah. It didn't have one, ooh, yeah. Like, it's not, you won't give me the ooh, yeah. I ain't feeling it, bro. So I need some of that shit in there, But, and you're right, even the Biggie and the Pac, it sounds like somebody's, like Biggie and Pac were reading it, not like Biggie and Pac were rapping it.
Yeah.
But it's just wild to hear that voice and be like, fuck, Pac singing Many Men, Biggie singing Many Men, but they're not even singing. It's almost like they're reading Many Men, if that makes any sense. But check it out, Enrique. It's kind of interesting, man. But like, dude, the cheating part of it, you're right. I mean, it was really cool this past week. Steven Zabarka and I got to go to a celebration of life for one of our old teachers at Auburn High. And boy, did we cheat in his class. I mean, we had it down to a system. And you're right.
How did you do it?
Whoa, buddy. We can tell you off camera.
The craziest one. I'm going to say it right here. The craziest one, bro. But I didn't do this one. But remember the homeboy, Abarca, that wrote the multiple choice answers on the yellow part of the pencil?
We had a classmate who would write so small. Like, I don't know how he was able, like he had like magnifying glass on top of magnifying glass.
Yeah.
And he wrote it in.
Yeah. His career after that was writing your name on a piece of rice, and he sold that shit at the swap meet after that. But like I swear, it was like that, just that part right there, dude. Like it was, and he fucking the whole time he's like turning his pencil, but like just fucking looking at it, dude, and going through the whole thing, man. We had the homeboys that would put it on the bills of the hats. and just kind of like be like doing this the whole time or whatever. It was all kind. And you're right, Abarca. Kids are gonna do it. It's just keeping up with that and having and I like. But what I like about what you're saying is how can we use this to help them and not just be like it's fucking like whatever.
Well, yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, in my case, my job title is education specialist, and so my job is to try and help out as many students who are not reading at grade level or may have some sort of specific learning disability. And so when they see a page of text, their brain isn't allowing them to process it the way you or I would process it, right? It's just this jumbo text that it could say anything, but it's too much. So how do we take that, simplify it, so it becomes a smaller digestible chunk of of knowledge that you can ingest?
And I mean, look, man, we all did it. I'm sure. And like, I know kids during COVID were like, I think 101%, that doesn't make sense, Stevens, but 101% of those kids were cheating during COVID. So it's like, are you going to figure out how to work with them? Or are you going to sit there and just complain about it and not do anything about it?
Yeah. Well, and then number one, working with teenagers, they know everything, but yet they know nothing.
They know nothing, bro.
Nothing.
Like, this chat GP paper sounds just like what I would say. Bitch, no, it don't.
Cool. Hey, could you rework this? Do me a favor. Just come up with a topic sentence and let's work from there.
Did you turn in a 50-page paper for something that was only 2 pages, sir? What's going on? Man, I felt really motivated. You know what it is, but you know what? Hey, man, they're trying to replace how we do things. And in this movie, they try to replace some killers. So we'll talk about that after this trailer.
In theaters around the world, where action is almost a religion, they worship a hero. And on February 6th, he arrives. Chow Yun Fat is John Lee, a deadly assassin.
Which brings us to your task. It involves a cop.
In a dangerous world.
After that, your obligation to me ends.
Where the fastest way to die is to refuse to kill.
There's been a problem. Bring in professionals. Men of John's talent.
Eddie, I need a passport.
I know this broad. Her name's Meg Colburn.
I want forged documents.
Okay. You said forged.
So what's the time frame?
Immediate.
Now, the replacements are here.
Don't turn around.
Cops?
Assassins.
You're getting yourself killed for a cop?
Not a cop. A 7-year-old boy.
And they're going to stop them. From executive producer John Woo.
What did you get me into?
You two make a cute couple.
International action star Chow Yun Fat. And Academy Award winner Mira Sorvino.
So what made you assume that I could jack a car?
Lucky guess.
The Replacement Killers. Directed by Antoine Fuqua.
And that was a trailer for The Replacement Killers. Hey, yo, Barca, hit him with the back of the box.
I was drinking tea, homie.
Man, that was so smooth, too.
Hey,
smoothest day it's been in a while.
Jam. Like, it was so smooth.
The Replacement Killers, guys, is brought to you by Knott's Boysenberry Lemonade. A trouble hitman seeks aid from a forger to help him get papers to China. However, the drug lord, not just a drug lord, but the drug lord, has hired replacements to finish the job and kill the hitman. This movie is directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Wow.
Stars Chow Yun Fat, Mira Sorvino, Michael Rooker, Danny Trejo. Who else is in this? Jürgen Prochnow, Carlos Gomez, and it's got Clifton Collins Jr.
Of course it does.
Billed as Clifton Gonzalez.
You need a Mexican? Hey, don't get a Mexican. Get Clifton Collins Jr. He can do the job for you. You know, I just thought about this. I was literally listening to a podcast with Joey Diaz, and he's like, yeah, they were hiring me because they wanted a Hispanic that didn't look like a Hispanic. And I'm like, oh my God, that's actually Clifton Collins Jr. Hey, Enrique, what'd you think of this movie?
I had never seen this movie, and I think I'd heard about it. Didn't really... I went in not expecting anything. I didn't know if it was. I knew it was a shoot 'em up because I watched the podcast from last week that you guys talked about it. 15 minutes in, I wasn't sure. I was like, man, I don't know.
So 30 minutes
16.
But minute 15 and 5, I was in. No, I think in the beginning it wasn't making sense to me, and it was just because they're still kind of laying out the story or the plot. And I mean, I knew that. I'm just saying, it took a while for me to kind of get into what was going on. This movie has this thing with the gunplay where it bothered me a little bit because they're really like trigger happy, right? Where they're not really aiming. They're just shooting.
Aiming.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like most movies kind of do a better job of, I mean, it's weird. It's like,
this isn't the replacement aimers. It's a replacement.
But do you know what I mean?
Right?
Do you know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's most movies, they're in the direction. Like, these fuckers are like, they're just like shooting up to the sky, but like they just give no fucks. They're just shooting just to make noise. You know what I mean? They're not really aiming at anything. But whatever. It doesn't like kill the movie. It doesn't make it horrible. But I had a good time. I mean, it's not the greatest thing we've seen, but it was kind of cool. It was dope. I enjoyed it.
Is there a scene that because I know which one I love, but is there a gunplay scene or just a scene?
There was before I have to think about it, but there is a corny scene that it really kind of irked me. It was pretty corny. It's when he's in the garage or something and he's getting chased and he's like sliding across the floor, but he's on one of the rollers.
Fuck yeah, bro!
He slides up underneath the guy, shoots him, and then the way it was edited, he just kind of slides off the screen, and then they just cut. And I'm just like,
is it supposed to let the guy slump down on top of him? He has to slide away, bro.
It looked corny as fuck.
When they intro that little slide, the thing that you go underneath the cars with, it's so obvious that he's going to use it for that. They like point the camera at it and they're like, hey. I wanted somebody to make that noise.
Did you guys watch this on, it wasn't Tubi, it was the other one.
Prime
Pluto.
is, I think.
Pluto.
On Pluto?
Scoop?
I watched it. I watched it on Pluto. What did you guys watch it on?
Okay. I rented it.
You rented it? Did it have weird cuts for you? Like from like it seemed like it would have a commercial. Was that in yours? Is that how the movie was cut, or is it just because
it probably was cut for commercials? Yeah, no, not for us.
It was pretty smooth.
It was not formatted to fit my screen.
It didn't feel like I lost a scene. Are you talking about kind of like that feeling of like, yo, wait, what the fuck? Was something else supposed to be there kind of a thing? Like it stopped at a weird place?
It literally would cut like if they were going to commercial, but there was no commercial. So then like it would start right back up, but it wasn't like a smooth transition to the next scene in the movie.
Yeah. Okay. So the scene, the one that I enjoyed, that I love, and I was telling Stevens about this earlier today, I love when he jumps on top of that car. Again, I think of posters. I would fucking love to have a sideways shot of him just unloading every single bullet he ever owned in his life into that vehicle. And that shit just looks cool as fuck. Just the way he walks on top of the hood. and then he just like. He's just like, I mean, I don't know how many bullets this clip holds. It has to be an extended clip. This is in Texas because there's no way he could have this in California, bro. Because he just fucking goes on top of that car. Like, it's pretty crazy. So I really enjoyed that shot. I thought it was really, really cool. Bark, what'd you think of this movie as a whole?
I enjoyed this movie. We saw this movie, how movies should be made, only in cinemas in 1998.
Yeah.
I think it was us and maybe an Asian lady. She's like, Chow Yun Fat's in this? I'm in. Let's go. And then we just pointed at each other like, yeah.
Hey. Happen, come on now. Hard boiled?
Was this after Hard Boiled?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hard Boiled, The Killer, Better Tomorrow 2. I really enjoyed Chow Yun Fat. I like you. I think I forgot that Fuqua had made this movie completely.
Like, and this is our man that does Training Day later, right?
Yes.
Among other things and stuff like that. So yeah, for sure.
And so you can see kind of some of the shots that he sets up later in his movies, but this is totally his homage to John Woo, to the Hong Kong Gung-Fu movie. So much so that John Woo is one of the producers on this thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. I enjoy the entry, the first scene. Right? Him coming, he's like, here's the bullet. Yep. And they're like, what?
He shoots like this throughout the whole movie.
It's like he's watering his lawn. Like he's got fucking 2 water hoses. Just
he's giving 0 fucks about what direction this bullet's going in, but he's gonna get it. Like that's what's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, if you haven't experienced a lot of Hong Kong gun movies, right? A little window just popped up on my computer that says, "Dumb internet's browser is preventing recording." Man, why you got a bad browser? The website is defending itself and saying, "Whoa! It is not us. It is his bad
browser." The same browser I've been using this whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? There's issues with it, man. And it's fed up. It's had it up to here.
I've had it up to here.
That's what. So Stevens, you found out some information about this, but our female lead was not the original person they wanted for the female lead, right, Stevens?
No, I thought that's what I had read, but I was looking up that to make sure. There was some stuff with the movie. So the original cut of the movie, when they played it for the test audience had a hard time with some of the motivations and backstories of many of the characters. What? And then there was more of a relationship between Mira Sorvino and Chow Yun Fat, and people were not hip to that biracial relationship at the time.
They were hip to be square.
Yeah. So Chow Yun Fat was like, no, that like this is the vision of his movie. Let's stick with it. Like it's a good movie. But then like the head honchos came in and cut stuff out. But so I was looking, I was like, I said, I must have read that then because all the relationship stuff was cut out. So really when they're at the end and they're like, this has to go, it's weird because they really like, there's only tease of something more, but there is something more in what was cut out. But no, Quentin Tarantino, who she was dating at the time, said, you got to do this movie because Chow Yun Fat's in it. Yeah. Do it. So that's how
Chow Yun Fat is in this movie. You got to do it. It's crazy. There's going to be guns, and you're going to shoot a gun, and they're going to shoot a gun, and there's guns that are going to shoot guns.
Yeah, that's
and you know what? Fucking Danny Trejo is in this, and he's fucking amazing. That's Jamie Foxx's impression of Quentin Tarantino. He's you're not fucking Jim Brown. You're fucking playing a slave. So fucking make it good, all right?
That's pretty good, bro. I'm not even mad at it. I'm kind of impressed. But it's interesting that you say that because you can kind of tell that there was more relationship because there was parts where I'm like,
and what's left over is a little like, dude, you're trying to get back to your family.
Yeah,
because he's going back to his wife, right? He's got a wife.
I forgot you were there, asshole. Like, what the fuck? I was like, oh my God.
Do you not have a light for your camera either?
No, it's dark. You just can't see me.
Watch out. Hey, Your neighborhood, they don't like that.
So sorry, he wasn't going back to his wife. He was going back to his mom. No,
mom and sister.
Yeah.
No. But it was still like, so it does play weird. Like at the end when he's at the airport or whatever, and they have that connection of, it's hard to say. I forget how they say it, but like, I don't want to. Oh, it's hard to say goodbye to someone who I didn't want to leave, or something like that, right?
It's so hard. That's what he
Yeah.
said. Say goodbye.
And I was like, was there more? So
yeah, it really did feel like there was more. Like it was awkward without the payoff of it being awkward. Like I'm like, what's the point of this?
Yeah, I don't know if Mira Sorvino is the best actress for this, because I don't feel that she was this like hardcore, I'm a bad girl and I know how to forge documents and I'm the best at this, so you're gonna fucking pay me money. I didn't feel that, right?
Did you feel she wasn't techie enough when he goes into the office? Like I'm picturing color, like streaks in the hair, some headphones, like more like
more 90s, like Sandra Bullock in The Net.
Yes.
Like what? Or
yeah.
no. Hackers.
Give me Gwen Stefani and No Doubt at that time. Like just punky, kind of like what's going on, bro? What are you doing? I'm working here. Like what's happening? Like I don't believe that she's techie enough to forge documents and make it happen. You are right. She's too girl next door.
Yes.
And it's me. But with the leather jacket.
Enrique keeps changing his names. It just makes it difficult for me to figure out which one came first and which came after.
It's gonna kick me out in a while, so.
But he's here.
But keep it dumb site 3, dumb site 4.
So we know which one is which.
Listen, I'm going to piece together your interview with AI. Don't worry.
We have enough of it. But no, yeah, that's a good call, Barca. I didn't believe her as a forger. Like,
I didn't think this girl could use Photoshop. And I'm not because she's a girl, but it was because Mira Sorvino couldn't use Photoshop. And Photoshop in 1998 was hard to use.
Facts. Barca's going to start crying, man. He remembers.
He barely had layers.
Do you guys ever get a fake ID or anything like that? You guys ever do anything?
No.
I not me personally, but I know somebody who did, because we were going to Vegas and it worked till it didn't.
I'm keeping that.
Yeah, and it was wild because at the time, this is allegedly the person that they went to. But I guess when you worked at a fast strip or a convenience store, there was a book with IDs. So it was kind of like, so if somebody brought in like an Idaho ID, turn to Idaho and be like, oh, this is what it's supposed to look like. So this guy had that book to see which one was the easiest to forge. And I think literally the person that I was with had an Idaho ID, and that shit was a library card. Like literally, it was a piece of paper they laminated with your picture on it. And again, go ahead.
They didn't spend the money for this.
Oh, no. It was not plastic. It was not with some kind of seal. And again, guys, I'm 43. This is maybe when I'm 21, 22. So trust me, we already had plastic IDs in California. Goddamn backwards middle America. It was it was their Blockbuster rental card. That's what the motherfuckers had as an ID. So we're on the floor. And it's going, bro. We had gotten into clubs. We had gotten drinks. Everything was good. And then you just see like two dudes walking towards us. And I'm like, oh, shit. And I'm like, act normal. Just kind of like in the middle of the fucking casino floor, like no music's playing, but it's like, I'm just going. I don't know what to do. I got scared. I obviously was never built for a life of crime. And they came in and they took that person in the back. Like about 30 minutes later, it's like, I can't fucking do shit anymore this weekend. I was like, sucks to be you. Deuces. It was gone, bro. But yeah, fucking Idaho. Yeah, or Iowa. I don't fucking remember what the fuck it was. But it was some goddamn place. And it was literally a library card. And I'm like, I wonder how they could fucking even tell it's fake. Because literally, this shit it was ridiculous.
Well, because you had that book. You had that book where you can get everything, like you see them, right? You had a hard copy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this is what this looks like.
Yeah.
I never had a fake ID, but someone that who may or may not be me may have used Photoshop to change papers of sort.
Just allegedly.
Allegedly, I might. You know what? I cleaned some stuff up on different. I'm not going to even say what kind of papers, but just different papers.
Papers. Okay.
And then, but here's the thing: you have to be smart, and you have to match stock. You have to look at the quality of this paper, and you have to find that quality of that paper, and then print it out on the same thing. You can't just go inkjet it, or you can inkjet, but then you have to make a copy of it on something so it gets that second generation kind of shift. Mm-hmm. If that's how you were going to do stuff.
I'm just saying, Barker's more believable as a fucking forger than this fucking lady was in this movie. Is what it sounds like, right, bro?
Here's because you need a girl that's the equivalent of Micro, and this is a deep cut for nerds. Micro was the tech guy for the Punisher in the comic books. He was played by Newman in one of the movies. Oh,
Newman was Micro in one of the movies?
Yeah.
I see that makes sense, right? Yeah. Again, I'm thinking more of like punk, techie, DJ like look almost too. Like just you walk in, like, oh, they do that.
And she what she needed was she needed to have the machine, the machine that prints it out, and also the machine that laminates it, because it was a different kind of. Again, I don't know these things, but it's a different kind of lamination.
That's what happened. I think we used regular lamination, the one that I had. That's probably the problem, man.
Yes. And you might also, because some documents have little rounded edges, so you need a special stamp to make those rounded edges. Again, I'm just saying you might be able to order these things from Japan, and they are in either 2 to 3 millimeter increments. I don't know.
Just something like that. Something
like that. Just off the top of my dome.
Without any knowledge about the situation, that's what it is. Was Hollywood pushing Mira Sorvino for a bit? Were they trying to make her the it girl?
Oh, you know what? Is this a Sony movie, right? This is some Columbia Pictures thing.
This is Columbia Pictures.
Because I feel like she was in that group. That first Miramax group, and this is where I'm sorry if it's going to upset people, where it's like it's her, it's
what's the one from Species?
Not Famke Janssen. I don't know, but there's a couple kind of girls that all kind of look the same. They were blondish, brown haired, like a dirty blonde, right? They all kind of went through. That's her from Species.
Yeah. Because I thought that girl was this girl.
Yeah.
Mira Sorvino's in Mimic.
Mimic, exactly. But
we talked about that.
And that's what I think. To Barker's point, I thought that was the same person. The same, but I feel like these were the people that were being pushed at this time.
Yeah, right. Like, and so the breakout stars are our girl from Demolition Man, Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah,
like she makes the breakout. Mm-hmm. Jolie makes a breakout from this. Winona Ryder kind of makes a breakout from this little pack. But like the girl from Bridget Nielsen. No, not Bridget Nielsen. No, Bridget Fonda.
Oh,
Bridget Fonda. This girl, the British girl. There's like a British girl that's also part of this group.
Okay.
She's in Return to Me.
Bridget Nielsen's breakout role was Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav. That's what that was her breakout role.
Yeah, boy.
She's in stuff. Her first big movie, like that, I would say big movie in terms of recognition movie.
Big Hollywood movie?
Big Hollywood movie is Mighty Aphrodite in 1995.
Oh, with Woody Harrelson? Not Woody Harrelson, I'm sorry. Woody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Allen.
Woody Allen.
From Toy Story.
So that's the first big one. Then she has a couple other movie things. TV movie like Norma Jean and Marilyn. So she's in that. That was pretty big at the time. Then she does Romeo and Michelle. Then she does Mimic. So
with Guillermo del Toro. She was great in that movie. I truly believe that the cockroach was going to kill her, you son of a biscuit.
Yeah. And then she does Replacement Killers. And then everything else is stuff I couldn't even tell you were movies.
Because it's indie stuff, right?
It is. It's all small stuff. Like
to me, she was always an indie girl.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
No, she has a ton of credits. She's got over 100 credits, but they're all stuff that's not. It's some of it's TV, and then a lot of it's just probably independent movies.
Do you guys ever feel that she was believable in the gunplay part of it? She didn't have a lot of it, but like she did shoot and stuff, and I was just kind of like,
No, and it's the typical action you're gonna get from a woman in the late 90s, right? I'm kind of a badass, but I don't really get to show it, and it's. I think this was ultimately the vehicle to try to get Chow Yun Fat to make that crossover. And even then, Chow Yun Fat doesn't make that as big as a crossover as people thought they were going to get.
Yeah, because Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is like when then? This is 98, right? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is 2002? No.
No, more, I think more than
Let me
that.
see that one.
10?
Oh, wow. See what I'm saying?
No.
Like, Bulletproof Monk was all right. I mean,
That was 2003. Crouching Tiger is 2003. Bulletproof Monk. Oh, no, that was the video game. Sorry. 2000 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay. All right. So
Bulletproof Monk is 2003. Anna and the King was 99.
Etc.
He was in The Corruptor. Also in 99.
The Corruptor. Are all of these Sony movies? Like, did he sign a Sony deal or a Columbia Pictures deal? Because
but now that I'm thinking about it, but Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon isn't an American movie though, right?
But it's Sony Pictures Classic, whatever.
Oh,
they're still putting up the money for it.
Okay.
But no, and it's true. It's Ang Lee.
Yeah.
So
right?
it's making it. It's him making his version of a wuxia movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I mean, yeah. But dude, I think I've realized Crouching Tiger, Dragon is amazing, right? I like Hard Boiled, obviously.
He's got a certain coolness, right? Where Donnie Yen he's a charming dude. Mm-hmm. He's like, hey, that's how California is that. He's a charming dude.
Hey, bruh, dude, charming dude.
No,
yeah, you're right.
Just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cigarette in my mouth. I mean, look, smoking is smoking, but
movie smoke.
He's so cool.
Yeah, sunglasses. Looks like a fucking badass. Like
suit. He's got the fit. He's got the side part that doesn't make it look nerdy like when I side part it.
He pulls it off the side part for some reason.
Yeah.
like us. No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, us.
Yeah, well, at one point, bro. Not anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, when this movie was around.
Not even then, probably, bro, to be honest with you. Probably before that. Stevens, did you like this movie?
I do like this movie. It's action, right? It goes fast. It
does.
It's enjoyable. I don't know that I completely bought her as the bad girl either, but I like it when she walks up to the thugs or whatever, right? Like the guys playing stuff, and she's got her way of doing things, so it's okay. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I like him too, and to know that this was his like first English speaking role and stuff, you know.
Man, you notice he didn't talk for like the first 15 minutes of this movie. Maybe that's why Enrique didn't like it. I don't think he said a word for a while.
Yeah, it is a while, but he didn't speak English at the time. He was learning English.
Yeah, but even then, I think that how much more cooler is that?
Yeah, you're right.
He's not Deadpool, right? He's not like, hey, you wore your brown pants, you got it. Like, it's not that. It's here's my bullet.
I don't need to speak. Yeah.
Dude, for a split second, I thought he was going to talk in this movie at all. I'm like, does he not talk in this fucking movie? Like, I was trying to remember, like, did he not? Like, I was really excited about that. But then I was like, oh, okay.
I need a passport to China.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's what I was like thinking, right? Yeah, and hey, this Shaolin Monk was a bit of a dick. Can I tell you that guy? What do you want? I'm like, hey, motherfucker, you supposed to be helping people shit. Like, I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, no, I enjoyed this movie. You could tell, I think what you said about him trying to be John Woo, trying to be these other people, you can kind of get that feeling from it. But I liked it. I thought it was cool. But I think I'm liking Chow Yun Fat. I mean, I always did, but I really like Chow Yun Fat, in his movies. I hope we keep doing more and more of them because he's cool. He's fucking cool. And I like him on screen.
And in that time, you have a whole bunch of people aping that we made movies that were John Woo inspired.
Yeah, everybody does. Everybody,
right?
like at this point, right? Yeah. If you saw a pigeon, motherfucker, it was John Woo. Like, there's a pigeon on screen, and motherfucker, it was John Woo, bro. There was a church of some sort in a movie. John Woo, bro. It's guaranteed. But if there's a pigeon in a church, it might as well be John Woo right there, bro. But yeah, it was cool. I wonder if the choices on certain people playing these parts were not his idea. Fuqua. So, for instance, is Colombia trying to say, hey, this is because I don't mind the assassins. I don't mind Machete. I don't mind the other guy. The other guy looked like a stone cold killer. I don't know if that guy's been in other stuff we've watched.
He's Riker in this. He's hold on. He's Schweiger. Till Schweiger. You know who he is? He's in Inglourious Bastards.
Ooh, okay.
Don't they put the swastika on his forehead?
Oh, he's one of the Nazis. I have to go back and watch that. It's been a minute. Oh, it's a great fucking movie. Teddy fucking Morgan. Yeah, that's a great movie. So he looked cool. Like, he looked like a killer, right? I didn't mind the fucking briefcase. Like, I thought that was cool, right? But to then open the briefcase to pull out the guns was something that you usually don't, because in Desperado 2, or what is it? No, not Desperado 2. What is it called?
It's Once Upon a Time in China, or Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in China, or in Mexico.
Mexico with Enrique Iglesias, he has that same thing, but then he just drops it. And I like how this one, it's something silly, but I like how he opened it and pulled the guns out. Like,
to me, can you check for me, Stevens, on Ghost in the Shell?
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that original? Is that where it comes from?
No, because in Ghost in the Shell, Masamu Nishiro has these, and I'm trying to get wherever the 3-shot is.
There it is.
They have these briefcase guns that can shoot sideways or shoot from the front.
So movie or animated, I guess, because there's 95 and then 2017.
Not that one. The cartoon one. So
yeah, 95.
Like I feel whenever I see a briefcase like this, my inspiration, it's like, oh, Ghost in the Shell.
Cool. But I didn't care for the female lead, and you're I mean, I didn't notice it until you said it, Barco, but every time I see Clifton Collins Jr. playing a Latino, it pisses me off.
Listen, he's a very light-skinned Latino, but they always give him these roles.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is, man. Maybe I need to stop being a fucking hater, right? Man's doing it, in the end of it all, right? But like, I remember him in 187. I remember you're right. It's always this fucking thing. And maybe that's more to speaking of the industry than him, right? But yeah, you're right. It's literally, he plays the same character in every fucking movie or whatever. But
which is crazy, because when they go to Mira Sorvino, Chow Yun Fat go to the alley,
yes.
Like those people look like extras from Beat It. like, oh my God.
Gang members in the extras and Beat It, though.
Exactly.
Could you find a guy that could say a line or two in there? You probably could. That's how Machete got his start, right? Like, he was on set, and they were like, "Hey, bro, you look the part." Like, yeah, and then he went from there or whatever, right? So, but I mean, Machete was cool. Like, I even like the cop. What's his name?
Rooker.
Yeah, dude, I thought he was cool. His hair was on point. Like, I don't kill no kids. That's all I needed. Maybe he's always done it, but when he saw a kid, he was like, nah, dude, I'm not doing that shit. Like, it was quick and easy to follow for me. And I was like, okay, now I know his motivation. He wants to get back to his family, because if not, his family's going to die. Cool. I'm in. No. Right. So I thought that was cool. I just wonder, like, if the choice of the female lead and stuff like that, I just wonder if that was Fuqua's, like, who makes that decision? I didn't necessarily agree with it either. All right, so here's a question: how do we make this movie better? Abarca.
Pigeons, more pigeons. They open up the hood they open up the trunk. Pigeons.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
he comes out of the airport that looks like Grand Central Station. Yeah. Pigeons. He opens up the briefcase with the guns. It's a pigeon with a gun. And he's like, what?
He goes into her office in the back of her. Fucking pigeons, bro.
Pigeons are working the scanner.
Pigeons everywhere. Stevens, how do you make this movie better?
I don't know, really. Like, maybe just more gunfighting. Because that's the part that's good.
More of that. Pew, pew.
More people to show up at fucking sundown and do more guns.
I need a little more Texas justice.
Do you want me to say more gunplay? Would you like prefer gunplay?
Walking on water. That's what Stevens wants more of that.
She wants hell. Tell them hell's coming with her.
I think you said the name. How cool! I think this would have been cooler with Sandra Bullock as a lead, a female lead. Just give me Sandra Bullock. I'm in. I'm like, cool.
I want Sandra Bullock, but I don't want her with the cholo eyebrows from Demolition Man.
You don't want her Demolition Man eyebrows? Okay, no. All right. I can dig it. Again, enjoyable movie. Barker, would you tell people to watch this movie?
For sure. Yes.
100%. All right, Stevens.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun gun-fu movie.
Gun-fu movie.
Enrique, hell yeah. And I say yes, man. Watch that shit. It's cool. It's fun. I think it's $1.30. Like, it's quick, man. It goes by real fast.
It does go by fast.
And like I said, it gives you it's easy to follow. There's nothing hard about this. It's just fun. And Chow Yun Fat's fucking cool. So I say yes. I am going to say we do have a gun-fu list. Stevens, what is on our gun-fu list?
You've got John Wick at number 1. At number 2, you have Hard Boiled. Okay. Number 3, you have The Big Hit. And number 4 is Fistful of Vengeance.
Ooh, on that list, I put it at 3 in front of The Big Hit. Yeah. I think this is better. I think I enjoy The Big Hit more. But if I'm looking at straight gun-fu movie, I think this is a better gun-fu movie than The Big Hit.
It's more fun. It's a more fun film. The fact that he has to go, like, he's out of guns, they're out of everything, and they have to do 2 things. They have to go save Rooker's thing. So what do? They go and they have to mug Clifton Collins to get his gun. Oh yeah, that's a free one. I got you right here. Oh, that one, yeah, you can have that one too. Oh, this, yeah. It's a much more fun movie than the Big Hit is fun and wacky. It's almost cartoonish, right? Yes. The Big Hit is a comic book. It's an Image comic book.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, whereas this movie it's got a direct lineage to John Woo, to Hong Kong action movies.
Yeah. So I say, hey, we never ranked Face Off, huh? Face Off is not really a gun-fu movie, though. It's just.
Did we do Face Off?
Yeah, we watched it, but no. We didn't watch it as a movie. We just had Enrique watch it. I think that's what it was. Yeah. That's why we did it. You're right. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so this is 3 now on our gun-fu list. A lot of John Wicks to go through and a lot of other stuff that we could probably check out at some point in time, and we'll get to that point when we get there. But next week, we're going back into the gun-fu. The gun-fu. Stevens, what are we watching next week?
Next week, you're watching Master Z, Ip Man Legacy from 2018.
Some of that Gung-Fu?
2019? 2017? 18. All right. Pre-COVID, when the world was a better place. Where can that be found at, Stevens?
Pretty much free in a whole heck of a lot of places, but Prime, Fubo, Peacock, Roku, Hoopla, Vudu, Tubi, Hiya, Plex. There's a whole. It's free pretty much everywhere, but you can also rent or buy it. It's on our channel.
We got that out there. Excited. Directed by who, Barker? I can always mess up this name.
Yuen Ping.
Yuen Ping. So it should be really cool. Michelle Yao, Tony Jaa, Bautista. You know. Yeah. Well, we got everybody in this movie, so it should be a good time. Hopefully, we'll check that out. But Abarca, if they want to leave us a voicemail, where can they do that?
Guys, you can go to www.gungfusuperbros.com or call us at 661-401-5941 to be part of our show. If you're watching us on YouTube, rate, review, like, hit that bell icon for notifications. We need to get monetized again. So much so that I dropped my drink just out of anger. I would like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. New episodes on Mondays or on Wednesdays, depending on how lazy we are. So
yeah, it's the internet. Sometimes it takes a while to load up. Who knows? So check it out, guys. We'll be back next week. It'll be a good time. Hey, Abarca, say bye.
Hey, guys. Mahalo. Be good humans.
Super Reduced Stevens.
Bye.
Enrique.
Thanks, guys.
Doesn't he just say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys. I'm glad you can see me now. Checkmate.